You know what else is good for all parties? Any publicity.
Yeah.
I learned that from a report this morning that involved a lot of very successful people, one of them being Jerry Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Jones speaking about his Dallas Cowboys in an interview with Peter King is fantastic. To Jones, there's no such thing as bad coverage of the Cowboys. Bad coverage makes the Cowboys human. And he is positive his fan base loves the human.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Good to know.
Yeah.
My fan base loves the human that makes us human, and the human that makes us human is the Cowboys and the way we operate. Let me tell you a story, Jones says. To Peter King, warming to this topic, a few years after I bought the team, I'm out in Los Angeles, La La Land, my hometown, having lunch with David Hill. You know David Hill? David Hill, one of Murdoch boys, Australian man.
Okay.
And Ed Gorin. Okay, Ed Gorin, not Australian, actually from Carolina, I do believe, but pretty important, big swinging peckers at Fox Sports. At that time, there were a lot of negative headlines about the Cowboys. Michael Irvin was in the headlines. People were saying the owner's an outlaw. So that day I told him, listen, I'm going to fucking tighten up the lid on this franchise. We're going to get control of this team. And David Hill, Australian man, one of the heads of Fox Sports, he jumped up and he said,
No! Do not touch my boys. They're television gold. Don't even fucking think about it. The foibles, the soap opera, the issues, they create interest. Yet in the Senior Bowl, I can't see what's next, but free agency, the draft, training camp, we always got something going on. People follow us year in, year out. Owner every year, every now and then gets it in the paper. It just adds to the interest. All of it. People love the Cowboys.
well, you're goddamn right, then. I'm going to force the Cowboys down everybody's throat forever. And that was the moment that the fucking Dallas Cowboys were on primetime television every single weekend. David Hill, Australian man, pretty high up, I believe, in the Murdoch world. Murdoch owns the Fox thing and is also the person being represented basically in Succession.
Yes.
Which adds even more intrigue to the entire conversation. This might be Tom Wambsgate.
Yeah, it's going to be Wambsgate.
But David Hill told Jerry Jones, like, no. You need to have the eyes of a network or the eyes of a business whenever you're looking at the Cowboys, because they are. They're chatted about in every single regard. There was actually a rule that we were told by one of the heads of TV. And I'm just going to say heads of TV because this is one of the people that just created modern sports television.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You get your topics that you think are big on the day. Then you go ahead and you hit LeBron James. Then you go ahead and hit the Cowboys. Then you go ahead and wrap it up with Tim Tebow. And then, boom, we're back at the top with all the stories. And then guess who's back? Go ahead and hit LeBron James. Go ahead and hit the Cowboys. Tebow's got anything? Fucking hit Tebow.
Yep.
And then bang, guess what? You're back at the top. The only average watch time or listen time is 12 minutes. You're able to get everybody. If you have a 2-hour show, guess what? You actually have 8 shows because you have 8 15-minute shows. You have a 3-hour show, you have 12 shows. Look at what you're doing. This is just basically what it is. You do this, the daily hot topics. By the way, if LeBron or the Cowboys or Tim Tebow are a part of the headlines of the day, oh boy, this is a good day.
Yeah.
This is a good day. The Cowboys basically became that in everybody's minds. And I think it all begins from this conversation with the TV executive where Jerry Jones is like, we need to actually let the bullshit out. If somebody doesn't like something I'm doing, fine, let them fucking talk about it. If they talk about it, guess who they're talking about? The human that is the Dallas Cowboys. And guess what human they're going to see on prime time, fucking 18 weeks out of 18 weeks. Even on the bye, we're going to have our players getting interviewed during the prime time games. They're going to see the Dallas Cowboys. I think the way Jerry views his team is why it is so successful. He said he thinks he could fetch $10 billion for the Dallas Cowboys right now if he was to sell. Bought him, I think, for $100 million or something like that. If he was to sell it for $10 billion, I think it'd be an understatement, especially with undersell, especially with where the NFL is headed. He put that on, if he put the Cowboys on the market right now, Elon just bought fucking Twitter for $46 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, Bezos wants to get into the game. And then there's numerous people that we have never heard of that get the most popular, the most famous, the most forced down everybody's throat team of the biggest league on earth. There would be an overpayment for that by far. Jerry knows it. Don't love that he's necessarily thinking about it because I think the league is much better with Jerry Jones in it. But the way he operates is fucking cold-blooded business-wise.
I think Jerry kind of looks at the Cowboys. Not only does he want them to win and stuff like that, but he also kind of looks at them like soap. He kind of looks at them like the WWE. Like it's entertainment anywhere and everywhere, and everything is good. Any way that you could get eyes on your team is good. And maybe he doesn't trust Stephen Jones. Maybe that's why he wants to.
Well, Stephen Jones also told him not to show that entire draft card. So he's like, fuck this guy.
Big taco, though.
Listen, that was good news for our company.